The cloud.
Hi, my name is Joy Markham, and New Year's Eve 2016, I slipped and fell on ice in my driveway and received a concussion, traumatic brain injury. And for over 5 years, I was not able to drive. I was not able to look at electronics bigger than my phone, and I was not able to work. And I had major sensory overwhelm and sensory hangovers. Um, so I still had my cognitive, it was all fine, it all tested out great, but the data in and out was really difficult for me. So I had done all kinds of traditional things, gone to rehab, um, did neuro-optometry, chiropractic, vision therapy, uh, massage therapy, acupuncture once, all these things. Plus, I had gone as organic and chemical free as possible, knowing that I wanted my body to be able to heal as fast as possible. And I would eat really good foods for brain health, fat, as far as our brain is made of fat. So we need to eat like avocados and nuts and seeds and salmon. Those are really good, healthy fats for our brain to heal. And I was still struggling. I mean, it was over 5 years, and it was difficult for me to go to the store. It was difficult for me to be with friends. I would end up with a sensory hangover. The next day, like I drank a whole bunch of alcohol and no alcohol involved. And I would be in bed sometimes for a day or two or three after I'd go out and spend some time with friends at their house because it was just so much sensory. And my friend Tracy actually gave me some patches. And in 2022, my goal for that year was that I would be able to drive my car from the edge of Johnson Point, where I live, to the edge of Olympia to get my own groceries. That was my goal. That was what I wanted to do because I had to rely on other people for everything. And she gave me patches and I didn't use them. Took her 6 weeks to get me to try them because they looked like a little Band-Aid. They just looked like a little Band-Aid. And, they're just look like a little Band-Aid. And I was like, how is this going to help me? I've done all these other things. So they look like a little Band-Aid. Plus, I had done so many different detoxes, cleaning out all of the toxins from my body. And I knew how absorbable by that point skin was. And I wasn't going to be putting anything back into my body that was going to cause it to be harder for my brain to heal. And so I needed to understand the science behind it. So I used these, and it took her 6 weeks, like I said, to get me to try them. Um, she took me to a new rehab center, and I had 4 hours of intense testing where they did a whole bunch of walk with these different things in my shoes. And I realized I told Tracy I would use these patches. I was staying at Tracy's house for a few days. And I put a patch on. I had a terrible sensory hangover. So like my head hurt, my body ached, I felt nauseous, I had brain fog, and my pain level was at a 7. I put a patch on and I could feel like light fingers going up my spine and tingling. And 45 minutes, oh my goodness, these patches work. So and then that was March 8th, 2022. It was Tracy's son Nick's birthday. And so I was able that night to go out to dinner with the family and celebrate. And I didn't have any sensory overwhelm or sensory hangover. And then the next day, Tracy had a whole bunch of errands she was running, and I went with her to all the errands in all the stores, including Costco and the mall, and no sensory overwhelm, no sensory hangover. A week and a half later, I had some friends that were coming to stay with me, and I was able to drive a couple of blocks to my house. And then the next day, I was able to drive from my house all the way on back roads to the other side of Olympia. A month and a half after I started Grand Boys, and was able to drive the whole way. I drove the whole distance, and including the freeways, and I hadn't done that to that point. And I was like, I can buy a car and drive it home, and so I did. And I've been going ever since. And so it completely transformed my life and my functionality. And I'm so super grateful that Tracy did not give up on me, that she continued to offer educational videos, that she continued to send me testimonials, and also that she held me hostage as she took me places and played different things in the car so that I would hear them. Because it completely transformed my life. I mean, I have such a different life now. And I feel compelled now to share with other people because she shared with me, and had she not chosen to share with me and continue to keep sharing with me, I would not be here today on this computer talking to you, because I couldn't handle or tolerate computers. I couldn't handle or tolerate TV. I was stuck on a little phone. That was it. That's the biggest electronic screen that would not give me sensory overwhelm. So anyway, that is my testimonial. Thank you for listening. And I know that no matter what is going on in your life and with your body, that these patches can help. And making sure that you have, the right materials for the patches to work helps them to work way better and faster. Anyway, that's my story.
There were certain times when you were broken up